Object-oriented methodology is a way of viewing software components and their relationship. Object-oriented methodology relies on their characteristic that defines object-oriented language, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. These three terms are elaborated below. Objects and methods. An object is an encapsulation of data together with procedures that manipulate the data and functions that returns information about the data. Encapsulation. Encapsulation refers to the mechanics that allow each object of its own data and methods. Message and receivers. In object-oriented language, this encapsulation is effect in a part having all methods calls handles by objects that recognize the methods. Polymorphism and overload. Polymorphism refers to the capability of having methods with the same names and parameter types exhibit different behavior depending on the receiver. Members. Object can have their own data including variables and constant their own methods. The variables, constants, and methods associated with an object are collectively refers to as its member of features. Classes. Many object-oriented languages use an import construction called as class. A class is a category of objects classified according to the members that they have. Like object classes can be implemented in classical language using separate compilation and structure for encapsulation. Class members and instance members. In many object-oriented language, classes are objects in their own right to greater or lesser extent different in the language. Their primary function is as factories for object in a category. Inheritance. One important characteristic of object-oriented language is inheritance. Inheritance refers to capability of defining a new class of object that inherits from a parent class. Abstraction. Abstraction aims to hide complexity from the users and show them only to the relevant information. Encapsulation. Encapsulation allows us to protect the data stored in the class from system-wide access. Polymorphism refers to the ability to perform certain action in different ways. In Java, polymorphism can take two forms: methods overloading and methods overriding. Methods overloading happens when various methods with the same name are present in the class. When the call they different, the number over and overtakes their parameters. Inheritance makes it impossible to create a child class that inherits the field and methods of the present class. The child class can override the values and methods of the parent class. However, it's not necessary. Association. Besides the four main principles of OOP, Java also with three further concepts: association, aggression, composition. You can make use of them. Design your program's aggression in a special form of association. Aggregation. It's a narrow kind of association. It occurs when there's a one-way has a relationship between the two classes you associate through their objects. For example, every passenger has a car, but a car doesn't necessarily have a passenger. Composition is a sticker form of aggregation. It occurs when the two classes you associate are manually different, dependent on each other, and can exist without each other. For example, take a car and an engine class. A car cannot run without an engine, while an engine also functions without a built into a car. And this is the diagram.